What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Silver and Blood video. Guys, brand new summer event that's currently out. We have a brand new character, which I'll be doing some testing on, but I do have a little bit of a problem right now, and I think some of y'all might share the same sentiment as me. As you guys can see on my screen, we have a brand new skin that just dropped, which I think looks gorgeous animation-wise. It does reflect in the game, but I'm a little disappointed. Because for the amount of money they're asking for the skin, there's just not enough of an impact in-game to make it worthwhile. Now, this is going to be a dilemma for a lot of people who are going to watch this video, and for a lot of people who are going to look at this, buy this, and be like, damn, I just wasted $15 or whatever the case may be of how much you need to spend to get a skin like this. Now, what I'm referring to right now is specifically the skins in-game animations when they're casting their ultimates. I'm not going to lie. When I first bought this, I was very, very excited. And not because, the animation on screen, not because of the artwork, which absolutely is gorgeous, and the fact that, they changed the characters like look and feel in the game itself. Like the character actually looks like this when you play them. The biggest issue, of course, is in most games where skins are introduced and are a big part of the identity of the game. And I feel like this is going to be the case. These skins are going to make a big identity for these characters, right? I feel like it's one of those things where you need to make sure these skins also change the look and feel of an ultimate. Because realistically, the only thing that makes this game stand out when it comes down to it being different than the other idle games is the animations of the ultimate and the character artwork, plus of course the voice work. And those things, they come in spades, and those I'm very happy with. There's no issues there. But when it comes down to the ultimates, these skins need to impact them, because quite honestly, to pay $15 for a skin for anybody, doesn't matter who you are, right? Doesn't matter if you're a big fan of the game like myself, or somebody who's just starting off and looking into the game and wanting to, try it out. And they ideally, like, they've been promoting these skins like nonstop, right? These skins have been all over the place. We're talking about Twitter, we're talking about their front pages, we're talking about their Discords, everywhere. We're talking about every single place that's been promoting these skins, and I mean they've done a great job at doing so, because it made me want to buy one. I saw the skins, I saw the animations, and I'm like, damn, that looks incredible. But then when I got it and I started thinking about it, I'm like, okay, let's go into the game. I'll show you guys what I'm referring to, right? And if any of you guys played, I don't know, other games, whether it's like, I'm trying to think of a game that has a skin that has these kind of things in it. Like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of Epic 7 or something, right? But Epic 7 also has different characters with different skins. But you guys can see right there, she's over here, right? Right there. There she is, right there with her skin. And again, you can see it in the game. She is definitely wearing the outfit. But if I go and start this, right, and then you see the ultimate, you're gonna want to see that ultimate happen throughout the game, right? Sorry, this is a little bit bugged on PC. This always tends to happen for some reason. Let me see if I can go into a quick Lost Courtyard. Let's go. I gotta get 100% there. Home of the Fallen. Let's go to Clive. Let's see if this works here. I'll just go Trial Exorcism, and let's just try to do a trial. And I'll show you guys what I'm referring to. Like, it doesn't unfortunately change the actual animation. And again, she's wearing the outfit. Her attacks look the same, which should also somewhat change, right? But if you see this right here, that right there should not be the same, guys. I think that's a pretty big deal. So going forward, in my opinion, I feel like this is something that definitely needs some attention, right? I think the devs really need to reconsider this. Yes, it's a little bit more work to get, animations up and running, but at the same time, these are the things people are paying for, right? I mean, $15, again, it may not sound a lot to like someone like myself, who's, an established, career person, has a YouTube channel, is a parent, etc. But I also value, where my money goes. And quite honestly, a skin like this, where you're only changing the look of the game's the game's character and not the animation, should cost half that price. Like, I would say, I think ideally or realistically, something like this is probably worth $7. I'd say $7 tops. $15 for something that isn't going to change, again, the animation, is, I think, a big ripoff. So going forward, guys, I don't know if I'm going to be buying skins. Yeah, it's cool to have them on the screen. Yeah, it's cool to have them, the character look a little different. But is it worth spending that much money for a character to look just like this without the animation? I don't think so. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'm curious to have your take on this. And also, let's just be honest. Like, I am a little bit disappointed as well, too, in the actual events so far right now for the Summer Isle. I think that the Summer Isle I was hoping for a little bit more, because like if you go to the the Sapphire Isle event, I was hoping this would be a little bit bigger, you know? And I mean, I guess I have to remind myself, like most gachas that come out, right? At the end of the day, you're probably gonna get a similar look and feel for every event. Like, this is what the gacha is. Like, it's not trying to be anything that it's not. And I think we have to be more realistic with our expectations. I was hoping to be able to like traverse through here, you know, go in the water a little bit more, not to have such a limited town where things are just super easy to access. Takes about 2 minutes. You find a couple things on the floor and you move on. So a little bit of a disappointment on my end. Again, maybe I was expecting too much, but I know as a gacha veteran to know better than that, right? Like, a lot of devs, they put a little bit of effort into a game. They'll make some things feel fresh and new, but then when you jump in, you kind of become disappointed. And that's kind of the way the gachas work. So yeah, guys, I'm curious to hear what you have to think about skins. Did you guys buy the skin? Are you disappointed? Because I think that this was one of the biggest eye-openers for me. Because again, when their Twitter page kept, and you know the crazy part about it, I actually was going to make a short on skins and say like, hey, these are incredible looking, these are worth buying, etc. And then I stopped myself after I saw exactly what the skin did and how it looked. And that was a little bit eye-opening. Also, on top of that, just so you guys are aware, Midsummer Eclipse is an actual limited character. Okay, timed vassals unavailable after event ends. It even says over here, my mistake for thinking that she'll be added to the banner. That's actually not the case. These time vassals are actually going to be limited to the banner and will most likely reappear again in a rerun. So if you are interested in Lorelei, which I'll be doing, again, I'll be doing some more testing. Let's just go ahead and summon here real quick to see if I get another copy. I did buy some more, by the way, to summon for her, just so I can get a proper test in. I'd rather have done that. If you are planning to go for her, there we go. Let's hope we get her. Make sure you do summon. Do I think she's a mandatory unit? Quite honestly, with the way the game is and how it's just begun, I don't think a mandatory unit is... I don't think that label should fall on her. Do I think she's great? Yeah, I think she's got an amazing kit. Do I think she's limited to some of her content? Absolutely. Is she going to shine in some places rather than others? Like Lamia, for example, shines everywhere. I think I've not stopped using her nonstop. And Del Carlo also, I think, has been pretty much stellar throughout every single content. But Lamia is going to have some instances. There we go. We got another copy of her. Is going to have some instances where you're not going to want to use her. You know, she's great at DPS outside of the sleeps, but that debuff there is a pretty major part of her kit. And because it limits you on bosses and other places, you may want to reconsider, you know, using especially if you're free to play, using all your resources on getting her up and waiting for, you know, more of a must-have unit. But again, I don't have the proper testing in place to say all this. I'm just giving you my first look and feel on this character. And again, I have a lot more to test out here. So we're going to do some real testing here. I'm going to take my time and make sure that all of our skills are leveled up. We're going to focus on, you know, different aspects of the game, whether it's PvP, PvE, towers, etc. And just kind of see where she falls in the tier list as well. And we'll update that accordingly. Oh, there we go. Nice. Nice. Let's go. Transcendent. I'll take that any day. All right, guys. Again, sorry for the rant video. I usually don't like to rant about things, but I think when you know, companies need to hear about certain things that aren't exactly kosher, in this case, specifically this one, where I think that they could do a lot better with the skins, especially for the price point, they definitely need to look into this and you know, up the game a little bit. And if you're going to sell skins at that price, definitely change the ultimates. I mean, that's one of the main things that makes your game stand out versus most other games that we're playing. All right, guys, thank you again. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.